fine day for a hunt.
Normal attack mode change. Self-critical damage buff and enters DPS mode. Additional self-focus buff if in Pierce zone and attacks after. Rapid release. Enters speed mode and gains stack. Additional self multi-hit buff if in Pierce zone and attacks after. Gains stack start of turn if in speed mode, depending on number of other Pierce allies in frontline. Lustrous Arrow. Main spam skill in AF always applies Pierce Break. In Burst, always applies Expose Pierce Weakness. Does high barrier pierce damage in DPS mode. If in speed mode, attack again based on stacks available. Stellar Passive. Knockback immunity for self every turn. Stellar Skill. Mind's Eye Lunatic for user and AoE attack. In Burst, exposes Pierce Weakness. In DPS mode, Burst does big barrier pierce damage. In speed mode, Burst stacks to full and attack multiple times. Stacks are not consumed in Burst. How essential is his Stellar Awakening? Unlocks his important Expose Pierce Weakness ability. This is his DPS set, likely his main role you will use him for. If not using for DPS, just give him as much speed as you can. Cerius is a decent barrier pierce DPS, but gets outclassed by other pierce DPS if no barriers to pierce. Having Expose Pierce is great if you have his Stellar, allowing him to be support for other better pierce DPS like Clughorn. Claude is generally good in any team with Pierce or Wind, and reaches max potential in teams that's able to keep awakened zones up. Swara, another style, is there to tank and gives meter regeneration. Lacklear Altar is good support for Pierce in general, and will allow for infinite Pierce awakened zone if you have her Stellar. My opinions on Cerius, another style. Selfish barrier pierce DPS with Expose Pierce. Wants to be in Pierce zone for max potential. Is one of the few DPS with permanent barrier pierce skills. But barrier pierce is also not a needed function at all times. To clarify, Pierce is an attack type, mainly for bow and lance users. Barrier pierce is ability to bypass barriers. They are not related. Barriers are a thing some enemies have, but isn't too common even for bosses.
His hit count and damage percent is low for a modern DPS. His hits are so low, he can't even maximize his own multi-hit buff.
He can technically attack again for AF meter extension, but it's stack-based and needs alternating in AF, and only really works in Pierce zone. Has a slightly complex mode change, but mainly wants to start rounds with speed mode in Pierce teams if he can. But he also wants to stay in DPS mode if he is able to nuke outside AF. He has Expose Pierce Weakness with Stellar, which is the biggest highlight of his kit in my opinion. Expose is an easy 2.2x increase on neutral, and over 8x increase if enemies resist Pierce attacks. A good additional if you already have Pierce teams ready, but not too essential for Pierce teams in general. Don't recommend to pull, unless you really want to have all options for Pierce teams. Global Anniversary is coming up soon. Save your pulls.